You finished 17th in that final,
yeah.
but we were talking earlier, and if you'd have gone in the 77s,
yeah.
so if you'd have weighed in at 69.01, whatever,
I'd have finished 11th.
You'd have finished 11th, and actually the males would have kept their funding.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Well, I think I would have definitely finished 12th.
Yeah.
I think we were discussing that the lad that finished 11th outlifted me at the class below by a kilo.
Yeah.
Which.
So at 2 kilos heavy, you might have got that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the target for the men was 2 men at top 12 and a woman at top, and the women's was a woman at top 8, or it might be even be in top 10. I think Zoe finished 12.
12.
Yeah, 12. Yeah, if I'd have been bumped up to 77, then we would have had 2 men in the top 12.
It's interesting the way the Olympics work out. It's not like any other competition really. I mean, a lot of weightlifting fans might not realise that the Olympic Games, just everything goes out the window really. Like where you place it at World Championships is pretty much irrelevant to where you place it at Olympics because of the quota system.
Yeah, big time. I mean, you look at, there was 12. Yeah, there was 12 people at 77. There was 24 people at 69. So I finished 17th out of 24 at 69.
So it's hindsight in it, but it's definitely something to look at in the future if we've got a stronger team and we're looking at qualifying 2-3 men.
Definitely.
So it's along that subject, but I'm sure a lot of people know out there when you work towards a big goal. Most people's big goals are nowhere near as big as the Olympic Games, but say clean and jerk 100 kilos for the first time, whatever. You sometimes come away and you feel a bit empty, like you know what I mean? You feel a bit sort of lost and you think, well, I've achieved that goal. Sort of, I thought I'd feel better than I do. What do I do now? Did you have a bit of a come down from the competition?
Big time. I can remember after the Olympics getting home and I just thought, I got home from the Olympics, I come out of the village on a Tuesday and I was home on the Wednesday, back up here. Mm-hmm. I was in work on the Monday. Yeah, I'm back in my overalls, in the van, painting people's houses, do you know what I mean? It's not what I sort of envisaged. Is that right?
Yeah. What were you thinking of, like parades and stuff?
Well, not even that. I was just thinking about sort of like getting back in the gym and lapping it up a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Like everyone buzzing about it. Like people around here really works. It's such a small community, and the support I had from the people, not just of Holyhead, but Anglesey and North Wales was outstanding. Really took me by surprise. But I was given until the end of September off. Tamas didn't write any programme for me. And then I just decided I was going to come back in October. And then in October I decided I was going to come back in November. And that's snowballed really until March, April maybe in 2013. Before that happened, I even toyed with retiring.
Because that's it, you've done Olympic Games. Yeah.
And I struggled to get any motivation to come into the gym and sort of work back to what I'd been to, right? I don't know what other lifters think, but I think when you've had the long layoff, I'm currently going through it at the moment, it's harder to get back to what you were doing than it is to improve when you're at your best. Yeah. It's so frustrating. I just didn't have that motivation to, I was working full time, just enjoying being able to do what I wanted again, because as much as I wasn't tied down to do certain things in Leeds, it was, I had to be at the gym. I couldn't stay up late this night because I was up early to go to the gym. I couldn't go out in that afternoon because I had a session, later on that day, stuff like that.
And that gets taken away and you just want to enjoy it.
Yeah, and I was just going out every weekend with my mates and just enjoying myself really. But yeah, I had big time blues after it, big time.
I can't find any record of you competing in 2013, is that why?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, just wasn't in shape and...
I think, I did compete in 2013. I got back into training. Me and Ray had a big sit down, and like obviously because I hadn't trained for so long, I'd lost a load of weight. I think I was sitting at about 64 kilos, 63 and a half, 64 kilos. So we had the chat and decided I was going to come back down to 62. And told Tamas about it. He wasn't too happy, but it's what I wanted to do. I'd been pulled off Finland as well by now.
Was that all the men or just you?
That was just me.
Because of your...
I got called to Leeds. I got a phone call off Tommy. Tommy had taken over from...
Tommy Yule,
yeah. Had taken over from Fiona Lovian. And I got a phone call off him on like a Monday. I need to have a meeting with you. And
that's never good, is it?
No.
When the phone rings and you see Tommy's name on it, I think,
Yeah.
I think why's the performance director calling me? What does he want?
So this is it. This is still in 2012. I can't remember the exact date, but I wasn't training much at the time. I was literally like coming in here and, like I said, I had the big blues. I was trying, not succeeding, working, and he said to me, "I need to have a meeting with you. I need you to be in Leeds on Wednesday." Wednesday, it's Monday, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I need you here Wednesday. Okay, sound. So I went up and had a meeting with him now. He told me, blah, 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 commitment. It's a long story to get into, so I won't bore you with it. But ultimately said, right, you stay in Holyhead and train there and lose your funding, or you move to Loughborough 4 days a week. We're moving everything to Loughborough. Moved to Loughborough 4 days a week. So I was like, right, okay. When can I let you know? Friday. Nah, you're going to need to give me longer than Friday. So I found out after that he'd said the same thing to 2 other lifters that went to the Olympics.
Yeah.
I'm not going to mention any names, but due to the geographical positioning of one lifter, that got done by phone.
Yeah.
The other lifter, they do what they want.
Yeah.
And that one got done by phone as well.
I don't know who you mean.
So I travelled all the way to Leeds to have this meeting with him.
Yeah.
And he's had phone meetings with him, which annoyed me a little bit. I got in touch with one of the other people, and we had a good chat about it. We both decided it wasn't for us. So I said, "Thanks for your offer, but I'm not moving to Loughborough 4 days a week." Now, I would have been keeping my 10 grand a year funding, but I would have been paying for my own physio,
right,
my own travel, my own food, phone bill, supporting my daughter. But I think the days run, I think it was Tuesday to Saturday, or Tuesday to Friday, which would have meant me travelling certain days. And when was I going to work?
Yeah. So
actually
10 grand's not enough.
No. So so that got sacked off. Obviously funding going then as well. You know, it was a big thing. I was working full time when I was here. But yeah, 2013, I got back into it. I think it was about May 2013. Like just doing a little bit, and then lifted in a couple of little competitions in Wales.
Right.
And then lifted in the Celtic Nations.
Ah, right. That's why I've got a record of it.
In Cardiff.
Yeah.
Which was the first opportunity for any Welsh lifter to go to qualify for the Commonwealth Games.
Oh, right. Okay.
And I qualified there.
Yeah.
I think I did 110, 140.
At 62?
At 62.
Yeah.
It was my first comp back down at 62. Wales won the comp, and I think I got best lifter as well. 110, 140, and I can remember going for 146 to break the British record. But on that day, I cleaned it, didn't jerk it.
Who had the record? One of the Punjabi brothers? Or?
No. It was a Ugandan lad, Kive.
Okay, never heard of him.
He had a really strong clean and jerk at the time, to be fair. His snatch wasn't too great, but his clean and jerk was really good. So yeah, that was my first comp back at 62, and then 2014 it was a steady year.
Yeah, that's my next question actually. So obviously you got back into training, and I think from what you're saying, for anyone who's watching, steady training is more important than anything. Just stringing those sessions together,
Definitely.
rather than what's the point in coming in once a week and maxing it out? And that, obviously, it seems like from looking at your records, you started working back up in 2014.
Yeah.
So again, you improved your lifting from 13 kilos from the British to the Commonwealth Games. Was that just a sort of cumulative effect of steady sessions throughout the year and just more training time by the time you got to the commies, or was it like, I'm representing Wales now, so it's balls to the wall? I'm not saying that you sack it off when it's GB. Commonwealth Games has got, I think, something a bit more special about it when you're representing your country, not just Great Britain, especially for Welsh people, which I'm not sure English lifters are. I don't know, because for them it's exactly the same. But for Welsh and Scottish lifters, there seems to be something really special about having that opportunity, because it doesn't come around for them very often.
I get what you mean, and yeah, there is a truth to it, but I don't treat the competitions any differently.
Yeah.
I still, whether I'm lifting in Welsh Championships or a World Championships, like I will treat my lifts on the platform exactly the same. There is something a bit more special when it's a personal thing. We're such a small nation.
Yeah.
You know, I think we've got a population like 5.5 million, which is nothing when you look at, is it like 60 million for England or something like that?
Yeah, 50 odd.
50 odd million. Yeah. And it's just, you know, we put ourselves out on a stage in the Commonwealth Games, and like weightlifting as Wales is most successful Commonwealth sport.
Yeah. So a lot of people don't know that.
No, they don't. And you know, that's a big responsibility to have as a weightlifter. Do you know what I mean? But through 2014, I trained consistently, and it was nice. But that build-up I had for the Commonwealth Games was, me and Ray tried a few things that like we hadn't done before, a few different exercises.
Like examples of?
Ray started throwing in things on the snatch, 3 pulls and a snatch, which is as brutal as it sounds.
Yeah.
The weights weren't particularly heavy, as I remember when it started out, and but the snatch at the end always does feel heavy.
Yeah.
And there was just a big thing of, I believed I could win a medal, and just everything went into the build-up, into the diet, into everything. And I can remember the competitions that I'd lifted at 62, even though I'd made weight no problem. Like, I never felt like I'd done it quite right.
Mm-hmm.
And Glasgow was the first time I think I actually nailed it. Like,
yeah.
At the time as well, like I was spending loads of time, I wasn't working, I pulled myself out of work.
Right.
I gave up working for myself. I'd had enough. I couldn't commit to the training like I wanted to. I think I spent as much time in Bristol in 2014 as I did
with
here,
Webster?
with Senny, yeah.
Yeah.
So it was good. Like me and him have always had a great ability to bounce off each other in the gym. Mm-hmm. We have a great time, and I think that was a big part of my progression at 62 as well.
Well, there's some good videos on YouTube, and they're training in here actually, like breaking British records in the gym. And
yeah.
I suppose it is a big deal, and when you're building for a big competition. Obviously, he was going for England at 94, so it sounds like you guys just went balls to the wall and
big time.
I mean, preparation.
There was weeks I'd spend down there. I mean, we even had what were we calling them? Unofficial dual nation squads and things like that. Do you know what I mean? You got all the other lads that were training down there. Joe Muskett, Greg Stumbles, Nick Lumley, Edmund is where I first met Edmund. It was just a real good atmosphere, and like, you know, both looking after each other's like diets, watching each other lifting, you know, because Andy couldn't make it to every session, and that was a big help as well. And like obviously, I'd had the program that Ray had written me, someone who had been working with me since 2002, so you can imagine how tailored that program was, and everything just seemed to work. And then I got an injury, and like that, it was the end of the world. I hurt my shoulder, and it was the end of the world. And I got through that, and we went and had the holding camp in Glasgow, and everything I did in 2014 was geared up for that one day. And it was just an absolute sickener when I found out I was B group.